The massive starship glided silently through the dark expanse of space, its sleek metallic hull reflecting the distant starlight. Inside the bridge, Ambassador Roland adjusted his communication device, preparing for what he believed would be a routine first contact mission with a primitive planetary civilization. Earth looked unremarkable from their advanced scanning systems. The planet appeared chaotic, with multiple conflicting nation-states, primitive technological infrastructure, and what the Galactic Confederation considered barely functional communication networks. Roland had processed thousands of planetary assessments, and this one seemed predictably mundane. Captain David Kim stood watching the alien vessel approach on the advanced holographic display. His team of diplomats and military strategists surrounded him, each wearing standard-issue Earth Defense Force uniforms. Unlike the nervous excitement one might expect, they appeared calm and calculated. Incoming transmission, Elena Park, the OI's communications specialist, announced. Her fingers danced across holographic interfaces, filtering and analyzing the alien communication signals. The alien ambassador's image materialized, a translucent, almost crystalline being with multiple sensory appendages. Its voice carried a patronizing tone that suggested complete superiority. "Greetings, Earth representatives. We are the Galactic Confederation. Your planetary civilization has been classified as a developing species. Prepare for standard integration protocols." David maintained eye contact with the holographic projection. No trace of fear, no hint of submission, just pure, calculated observation. Elena whispered to David. "They have no idea what they're walking into." The alien transmission continued, outlining expected compliance procedures. Standard protocols demanded that emerging civilizations accept Confederation guidance, technological transfers, and ultimately partial governance. Most species complied immediately, recognizing the technological gap between themselves and the advanced interstellar civilization. But humans were different. Michael Chen, the lead research scientist seated nearby, had been analyzing the alien transmission's technological signatures. His neural-linked computer system was already deconstructing communication protocols, identifying potential vulnerabilities. "They're transmitting on a fixed quantum frequency," Michael muttered. "Predictable, exploitable." What the Galactic Confederation didn't understand was human adaptability. Where other species saw insurmountable technological differences, humans saw opportunities. Where aliens perceived weakness, humans discovered potential strategies. Roland continued his transmission, listing expected human compliance requirements. Mandatory technology transfers, restricted space exploration permissions, limited self-governance. Standard procedures that had worked countless times across hundreds of planetary civilizations. David's team exchanged subtle glances. No panic, no aggression, just cold, calculated assessment. "Requirements acknowledged," David responded, his voice steady and professional. "We will review your proposal through appropriate diplomatic channels." The alien ambassador seemed momentarily surprised by the composed response. Most developing species responded with either terrified submission or aggressive resistance. This measured professional acknowledgement was unexpected. What Roland didn't realize was that this single transmission was already being analyzed by thousands of human researchers, technologists, and strategic planners. Every frequency, every linguistic nuance, every technological signature was being meticulously studied. Michael was already developing preliminary communication decryption algorithms. Elena was mapping quantum communication potential. Military. Strategists were running complex simulation models based on the minimal information received. The alien ship maintained its standard approach vector, completely unaware that its own transmission was providing humans with unprecedented insights into advanced technological systems. "Prepare preliminary diplomatic response package," David instructed Elena. "Include standard communication protocols, but introduce subtle complexity layers." Elena nodded, her fingers moving swiftly across holographic interfaces. The response would appear completely standard to Confederation scanners, but would contain intricate informational matrices that would keep their analysts busy for months. As the alien vessel drew closer to Earth's orbital perimeter, No one on the human team displayed anxiety. They treated this moment not as a potential threat, but as an extraordinary research opportunity. Roland's final transmission outlined basic expectations: technological submission, limited sovereignty, controlled cultural development. Standard procedures that had worked across hundreds of planetary encounters, but humans were about to demonstrate why they were anything but standard. The first contact had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this first contact scenario? The narrative focuses on human adaptability, strategic thinking, and the unexpected nature of human response to an apparently superior technological civilization. The research facility buzzed with intense activity. Computers hummed, holographic displays flickered, and scientists worked with unprecedented concentration. Michael Chen stood at the center, surrounded by teams analyzing every fragment of alien technology recovered from the initial transmission. Within weeks of first contact, humans had begun dismantling the alien communication systems. What seemed like impenetrable technology to the Galactic Confederation became a puzzle waiting to be solved by human ingenuity. "Look at this," Michael said, pointing to a complex quantum frequency map. His assistant, Sarah Kim, leaned in closer. The alien communication network, once thought to be unbreakable, now displayed clear patterns of vulnerability. The Confederation had made a critical mistake. They believed technological superiority meant invincibility. Humans saw technology as a language to be understood, decoded, and ultimately transformed. In a small laboratory deep beneath Seoul, a team of young engineers worked through sleepless nights. They weren't just studying alien technology. They were reimagining it. Every circuit, every quantum signal became a challenge to be conquered. David Kim received daily reports from research teams across the globe. The initial alien transmission, meant to intimidate, had instead become the greatest technological gift humanity could have received. Each analysis revealed more about the Confederation's communication systems, defensive capabilities, and potential weaknesses. Military strategists began developing hybrid technologies. They combined human creativity with alien communication principles, creating something entirely unexpected. Traditional military thinking gave way to adaptive, fluid strategies that defied conventional understanding. The global response was unified in a way never seen before. Nations that had previously competed now collaborated with unprecedented intensity. The alien transmission had done what generations of diplomats could not: create a truly global human response. Research facilities in America, Korea, India, Brazil, and dozens of other countries worked in synchronized effort. They shared data, compared notes, and pushed technological boundaries. What seemed impossible yesterday became achievable today. Michael discovered something remarkable. The alien communication system had inherent limitations that its creators never recognized. Humans could not only understand the technology, but could potentially improve upon it. "They've been using the same communication protocols for centuries," Michael explained during a classified briefing. "They became comfortable, predictable. Comfort was something humans never experienced. Adaptation was their greatest strength." Within months, human engineers developed quantum communication systems that made the alien network look primitive. They weren't just copying, they were innovating. Each breakthrough came with unexpected twists that would confuse any traditional technological approach. Sarah Kim's team developed a neural link interface that could potentially translate and manipulate quantum communication signals. What took the Confederation generations to develop, humans accomplished in months. The military began integrating these new technologies into defensive systems. Adaptive AI algorithms learned and evolved faster than any alien system could predict. Each interaction, each analysis became an opportunity for improvement. David watched the progress with calculated satisfaction. The alien transmission, intended to showcase superiority, had instead revealed a fundamental misunderstanding about human potential. Global communication networks lit up with encrypted messages. Research teams shared breakthroughs. Military strategists developed new defensive concepts, Diplomats prepared carefully crafted responses. The Galactic Confederation continued its Mao approach, completely unaware of the technological revolution happening on Earth. They saw a primitive planet. Humans saw an opportunity to redefine technological understanding. Michael looked at the final report before sending it to leadership. Quantum communication systems, adaptive neural interfaces, hybrid technological models that defied traditional understanding. They have no idea what's coming, he muttered. The unexpected response was taking shape. Humanity was not just listening. They were preparing to speak an entirely new technological language, and the Galactic Confederation was about to learn that first contact was more than just a transmission. It was the beginning of a profound technological transformation. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific technological or strategic aspect of this unexpected human response? The narrative emphasizes human adaptability, collaborative potential, and the unexpected nature of technological innovation. The first conflict erupted near Jupiter's orbital stations, a silent dance of technological warfare that would reshape galactic understanding. Human defense systems, powered by adaptive AI and quantum predictive algorithms, moved with an elegance that bewildered alien military commanders. Captain David Kim watched the holographic display, his team working with machine-like precision. The alien attack formation approached, confident in their technological superiority. They were about to learn a painful lesson about human potential. Michael Chen's quantum adaptive systems began their work. The AI wasn't just defending, it was learning, predicting, transforming with each millisecond of interaction. Where alien technology followed rigid protocols, human systems adapted in real time. The first wave of alien attack drones approached. Traditional military analysis would have suggested immediate defensive maneuvers. But humans had something different, a combination of unpredictability and strategic creativity that defied conventional warfare. Quantum communication networks danced with complex algorithms. Sarah Kim's neural link systems began translating alien communication frequencies, turning their own technological advantage against them. Each alien signal became a pathway for human understanding. Defensive platforms around Jupiter's orbital stations transformed. What appeared to be simple metallic structures revealed complex adaptive systems. Weapon configurations changed instantaneously. Defensive shields morphed with impossible speed. The alien fleet commander watched in disbelief. Their most advanced attack formations were being dismantled not through brute force, but through intelligent adaptive responses. Humans were rewriting the rules of technological engagement. Swarms of human defensive drones moved with unprecedented coordination. They weren't just machines. They were extensions of a collective intelligence that learned and adapted faster than any known technological system. Michael's voice remained calm as he guided the defensive operation. Redirect quantum frequency. Modify shield harmonics. Introduce adaptive interference patterns. Each command transformed the battlefield. Alien weapon systems found themselves fighting against an opponent that didn't just resist, it evolved. With each interaction. The conflict lasted less than 30 minutes. When it ended, the alien fleet was completely disabled. Not destroyed, not obliterated. Simply rendered non-functional through intelligent technological manipulation. Communication, intercepted from the alien fleet, revealed complete confusion. Their most advanced technological systems had been turned into nothing more than complex metal objects floating in space. David reviewed the initial reports. The breakthrough wasn't just about winning a conflict, it was about demonstrating a fundamental difference in technological approach, adaptive intelligence, real-time learning, quantum-level communication manipulation. These were not just technological capabilities. They were a new way of understanding conflict and communication. Research teams around the world began analyzing every fragment of data. Each alien technological system became a learning opportunity. Where other species might have seen a victory, humans saw a chance to understand and improve. Sarah's neural link systems continued collecting information. Quantum frequencies were being mapped, analyzed, and ultimately transformed. The alien technology that seemed impenetrable weeks ago now appeared almost primitive. Michael prepared his report for global leadership. The breakthrough wasn't just a military victory. It was a fundamental shift in technological understanding. We didn't just defend, he noted in his analysis. We demonstrated that technology is a living, breathing system of continuous adaptation. The Galactic Confederation would receive the report soon. They would see not just the disabled fleet, but the complex technological dance that made the victory possible. Orbital stations around Jupiter became a testament to human potential. Where other species saw limitations, humans saw opportunities for transformation. The technological breakthrough was more than a military victory. It was a message to the galaxy. Humanity was not just another developing civilization. They were something entirely different. A species that didn't just use technology, but understood it as a living, evolving system of infinite potential. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this technological breakthrough? The narrative emphasizes human adaptability, technological innovation, and the unexpected nature of human potential in a technological conflict. The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Elena Park began her presentation. Representatives from hundreds of alien civilizations watched, their multiple eyes fixed on the human diplomat who stood without fear or hesitation. Behind her, holographic displays illuminated the complex technological and strategic achievements of humanity. Each image told a story of unexpected capability, of a species that refused to be defined by conventional limitations. We are not conquerors, Elena began, her voice steady and clear. We are architects of a new galactic understanding. The conflict had transformed from a simple military engagement to a profound philosophical challenge. Humanity had demonstrated something terrifying to the established galactic powers: the ability to transform any challenge into an opportunity for growth. Michael Chen's research teams had been working non-stop. They had decoded not just alien communication systems, but the fundamental psychological patterns of different galactic civilizations. Where others saw technology, humans saw complex systems waiting to be understood. David Kim stood in the background, watching the diplomatic dance unfold. The military strategist in him recognized this moment as more than a presentation. It was a complete redefinition of galactic power dynamics. The Confederation representatives shifted uncomfortably. Their holographic forms flickered with what could only be described as confusion and emerging respect. Humanity had done something unprecedented. They had turned a potential conflict into a strategic dialogue. Sarah Kim's neural link systems continued collecting data. Every microscopic interaction, every subtle diplomatic nuance was being analyzed. The presentation was more than a speech. It was a complex technological and psychological experiment. Our approach is not about domination, Elena continued. It's about collaborative evolution. She began demonstrating how human technological adaptations could solve complex problems that had challenged galactic civilizations for centuries. Quantum communication challenges, energy distribution complexities, adaptive defense mechanisms. Each demonstration revealed a fundamental difference in human thinking. Where other civilizations saw barriers, humans saw puzzles waiting to be solved. The AI research was comprehensive. Psychological profiling of alien species had become a human specialty. They understood not just the technological capabilities of different civilizations, but their fundamental psychological limitations. Alien representatives began to realize something profound. Humanity was not just another developing species. They were a transformative force that could reshape established galactic understanding. Michael's analysis showed how human adaptive intelligence worked differently. Traditional technological development followed linear paths. Human development was more like a complex living system, constantly changing, constantly learning. David watched the diplomatic engagement with calculated precision. Years of military strategy had prepared him for this moment. This was warfare of a different kind, a battle of ideas, of potential. of fundamental understanding. The holographic displays continued their demonstration. Technological solutions that solved problems across multiple civilizations. Adaptive systems that could transform based on unique environmental challenges. Elena's presentation was destroying every preconceived notion about humanity. They were not a species to be controlled or managed. They were a force of continuous adaptation and innovation. The Galactic Council representatives began communicating privately. Their quantum communication networks buzzed with emergency discussions. Humanity had changed the entire conversation about technological and civilizational development. We offer collaboration, Elena concluded, not submission. The turning point was clear. This was no longer about a single conflict or technological breakthrough. This was about a fundamental shift in galactic understanding. Humanity had arrived. Not as conquerors, not as a developing species, but as architects of a new way of thinking about technology, communication, and potential. The silence in the council chamber was deafening. Something profound had just happened, and nothing would ever be the same again. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this turning point in the human-galactic relationship? The narrative emphasizes diplomatic strategy, technological innovation, and the transformative potential of human adaptation. The final battle was unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. It wasn't a conventional conflict, but a complex dance of technological and psychological warfare that would redefine galactic civilization forever. David Kim stood on the command bridge, watching multiple quantum displays that showed interconnected battle strategies. Human forces moved with an intelligence that seemed almost organic, adapting faster than any known military system in galactic history. Michael Chen's adaptive AI systems had transformed warfare into a living, breathing entity. Each defensive mechanism learned and evolved in milliseconds. The alien Confederation's most advanced weapon systems became nothing more than complicated metal objects floating in space. Across Earth's orbital stations, specialized defense platforms transformed continuously. They weren't just machines. They were extensions of a collective human intelligence that understood conflict as a complex dynamic system. The Galactic Confederation's fleet approached, believing their technological superiority would guarantee victory. They were about to learn a painful lesson about human potential. Sarah Kim's quantum communication networks intercepted and translated alien strategies faster than the aliens could implement them. Every communication became an opportunity for understanding and strategic manipulation. Entire alien fleet formations found themselves suddenly disabled, not through destructive force, but through intelligent technological disruption. Human systems didn't just defend, they transformed the entire battlefield's fundamental understanding. Elena Park's diplomatic strategies worked in perfect synchronization with military operations. Each military action carried a deeper message about human capability and potential. They weren't just fighting, they were communicating a profound transformation of galactic understanding. The conflict lasted less than 24 hours. When it ended, the Galactic Confederation discovered something terrifying. They hadn't just been defeated. They had been fundamentally restructured. Human forces didn't destroy alien infrastructure. They reimagined it. Technological systems were adapted, transformed, given new potential that their original creators never understood. Research teams around the world worked in perfect synchronization. Military strategists, diplomatic experts, technological researchers, all moved with a unified purpose that defied traditional civilizational approaches. Michael's final analysis revealed something profound. The conflict wasn't about conquest. It was about demonstrating a new way of understanding technological and civilizational development. Alien species began studying human psychological and technological approaches. What made humans so different? How could a species develop such adaptive intelligence? The answer was simple yet complex. Humans didn't see limitations. They saw opportunities. Every challenge was a puzzle waiting to be solved. Every technological barrier an invitation to innovate. David reviewed the final reports. The victory wasn't measured in destroyed ships or conquered territories. It was measured in the fundamental transformation of galactic understanding. Diplomatic channels began shifting. Alien civilizations that once viewed humans as a potential threat now sought collaboration. Human adaptive technologies became the new standard of technological development. Earth emerged not as a conqueror, but as a transformative civilization. Their approach wasn't about domination, but about collaborative evolution. Every technological breakthrough carried an invitation to grow, to understand, to transform. The galaxy watched in collective amazement. A species that had been viewed as primitive had demonstrated a level of adaptive intelligence that rewrote established technological understanding. Michael's research teams continued their work. Each alien technological system became a learning opportunity. Quantum communication networks expanded. Adaptive AI systems became more sophisticated. Sarah's neural link technologies began connecting different alien civilizations in ways never before imagined. Humans weren't just participating in galactic civilization, they were redesigning its fundamental infrastructure. Elena prepared diplomatic frameworks that invited collaboration instead of competition. Human approach wasn't about winning, it was about continuous improvement, about seeing potential where others saw barriers. As the dust settled, humanity had done something unprecedented. They hadn't just participated in galactic civilization, they had fundamentally transformed its understanding of potential. David looked out at the stars. Humanity had proven something fundamental. Adaptability, creativity, and unexpected resilience were the true markers of an advanced civilization. The ascendance was complete, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this final part of the human galactic transformation? The narrative emphasizes human potential, adaptive intelligence, and the transformative power of a collaborative approach to technological and civilizational development.